Hi, this is Rick Adams from practicalcsm.com. Welcome to Customer Success Rants and Musings with Rick Adams. And today, episode 25, a customer whose renewal is due this month is not happy with your software. What would you do to reassure them and to try, at least, to retain them without giving them a billing extension or a discount? So we're not going to entice them with money. We have to do something else. There's our challenge. This came from somebody from my Facebook group. So if you haven't, by the way, visited my Facebook group, I have a customer success Facebook group, which is called Making Customer Success Simple with Rick Adams. So do please check that out on Facebook. I'm sure you can find it. And we were having a discussion there on the community, and one of the community members said that this is one of the questions they were asked at interview. So that's why I've picked this out. I think it's a great question. So what would you do if your customer whose renewal is due this month is not happy with your software? What are you going to do about it? And you're not allowed to do the obvious thing and give them a massive discount. So what are you going to do? Well, again, of course, specific situation, you're going to deal with it in perhaps a different way to this. So this is one way that I think I would be looking at this. I think the first thing I would say is to listen. And that's not the first time I've said this, right? So if a customer is unhappy about anything, or if a customer doesn't want something, or if a customer disagrees with you, or if a customer raises an objection, whatever it is, the start point is to listen. So listen fully, okay, to what they are saying. Don't cut them off. Don't make sure they understand that you take whatever they're saying seriously. Even if you think they're wrong, it doesn't matter. You're listening to them, just completely unobjectively. You are listening to them. And also, regardless of whose fault it was, if I can use air quotes, sorry, take responsibility. You are taking responsibility specifically for the fact that you, as the customer success manager, take it on yourself to be the person who is, if you like, project managing the success. And of course, there either hasn't been success, or there hasn't been enough success for them to want to continue with the software. So we take responsibility of that. We're the customer success manager. So you say, right, let me reassure you that I'm going to take responsibility for this. I am sorry that you haven't had the results that you were hoping for or needing to see from this. I take this seriously. And then once you have listened them out and made sure they understand that you understand why they are saying they're not happy with the software, what it has done that you didn't want it to do, or what it hasn't done that they needed it to do, that step one, you've listened and understood it, and step two, that you are going to be held accountable for it. You take responsibility for changing that situation now, okay? Full responsibility, complete accountable. I am accountable for turning this around for you. It's my role to do this. If I can turn this around and actually show you that we can get the value that you've just said that you haven't seen yet, but that I know we can get for you, but we haven't. If I can show you that, will you then be prepared to consider keeping on with us? So agree the turnaround criteria. Understand what it is that we need to do in our company for them to say, yep, actually now it is working. Now it is producing the right results. Now we do get what we want from it. What is it? So, of course, it may be too late. And they're like, nope, that's it. We've already bought something else now. Okay, so there are situations. In this situation, they're saying the renewal is due this month, right? Of course, this is a setup situation. It's a scenario for a question interview, as we said. In reality, we'd want to identify this much earlier and be dealing with this when it's not a big problem, when it's a tiny problem, and when we don't have the customer going, well, I'm not renewing then. Okay, because it's nowhere near renewal yet, and we're already dealing with it. So when it comes to renewal, the problem's already resolved. But that's not the situation we find ourselves in right now. So as good CSMs, we're never in this situation, right? But as we've been handed this on a plate by somebody who's gone off and said, right, Rick, you fix it, or whoever you are, you fix it. we're now coming in to fix it. So we're going to take responsibility. We're going to listen to them. We're going to take responsibility. We're going to take it seriously. We're going to say, right, what is it that we need to do? And try to get that as specific as possible. So my outcomes, I think I've mentioned this before. I'm pretty sure there's a rant on it. Yeah, any outcome needs to have a what is it, how much of it do we need, and when do we need it by? 3 sort of criteria, if you like, for an outcome to be any good. What do they want? How much of it do they need? When do they need that to be delivered by? So we want to know the criteria and all of the criteria, because there may be multiple of them, and we want them to be properly stated with at least those 3 aspects of them each. If they will then agree to, yes, if you can, by this date, turn this around so that we then see these outcomes being met by that date, then yes, we will be happy. And what we're looking for is, ideally, is that they will then commit to remaining as a customer if we can show that. And obviously we need to know how we're going to measure it and how we're going to show that as well. So we need to agree the time period and the actions that I'm going to do, the actions I'm going to get others to do in my company, the actions they are going to get anyone that they need to do. And so we agree who's going to do what. Okay, so like a racy matrix, if you like, but you don't necessarily need to go down that far. If you don't know what a racy matrix is, look it up, and that's something for another rants and musings. Thinking about it, I'll put that in the future. But for now, agree who's going to do what, who's going to perform the actions, and of course, then the next step, once they've agreed that, is then to, of course, to go ahead and make sure you do those things, and that you take the measurements, and that you can prove the results to them in the time period that you said they could, so that then they can say, yeah, okay, we'll stay, because that's what they agreed. Okay, so there we go. That is my answer to that question. If I was asked that at interview, I'd be saying something along those lines. I hope you found that useful. Free chat to one of my book. Go to practicalcsm.com and you get hold of that. And we do have special offers all the time, so check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. It helps us, and also feel free to comment with your own comments, your own observations. How would you handle this? Always happy to hear it. Okay, take care for now, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next episode. Bye-bye.